Theater League Huntsville getting ready to put on a play filled with all kinds of wacky shenanigans. A little tough word to say there. And some silly songs. It's all packed with fun for the whole family. Something Rotten, the musical, is headed to the Von Braun Center Playhouse next week. Here to tell us more about it, Larkin Plax. And we have Chris Hamlin. Welcome to our show, first of all. Can't wait because I saw the big old, you see that over across the studio on that Something Rotten. So I can't wait to know more about it. Tell me about the play itself.
So the show is kind of like a love letter to musical theater. There's a lot of references and cutaways to different shows that people know and love. But then even if you're not super into musical theater and know a lot about it, it's still just a really well-written, funny show with lots of hijinks.
It's about a couple of brothers that are trying to out Shakespeare. So they're trying to come up with the first musical, and that's how they think they're going to beat Shakespeare.
How on earth would you do that? That is interesting. So in the synopsis she sent us, she talked about something, about tap dancing and about the omelets. I got to ask, what's the story, the connection there?
Well, so in order to beat Shakespeare, they go to a soothsayer. So they go to Nostradamus's cousin, who's not quite as good as Nostradamus. And so when he's trying to predict the future, he's trying to see Shakespeare's next play. And instead of predicting Hamlet, he predicts Omelet, the musical. So that's where we get some tap dancing eggs and other assorted breakfast foods.
That ought to be fun. So this is both singing and acting. It requires a lot of talent to be a part of this show. What kind of training have you gone through to get ready for this particular production?
So for this particular production, I had to brush up on my tap dancing for sure. There's a lot of tap dancing. It's a super dance-heavy show. So I definitely had to dust off the old tap shoes. It's been a minute for me to get ready. That was probably the biggest training and prep I had to do was tap dancing.
And your singing?
Yes, and my singing. I've been always working on my singing.
So is this singing and dancing at the same time? Because that's a whole other level of performance too.
Yes, and quite exhausting.
I was going to say.
So. Yes.
Like I would know, because I sit here and read or talk. but singing and dancing at the same time would be, that must require, and to be in constant step with everybody else, just so much rehearsal, I'm sure.
Yes, and we have been practicing like singing and running and walking at the same time just to make sure we could get the breath and everything. But it's something you got to work on so you're not sounding breathy.
I can imagine. How can folks get tickets to the show?
You can get tickets by going to thtix.com.
thtix.com,
That's
like
right.
that. So let's run through it again. The first show for Something Rotten is actually next Friday night, happening at 7:30. Is that right?
That's right.
Matinee shows will be at 2 o'clock, and they run through the 29th at the Von Braun Center Playhouse. Sounds like a great time. So glad you all came and talked to us about it. Can't wait to come and see it myself. I hope the show is a sellout for you. And thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll be
you.
right back.